If you liked Backrooms, here's some more liminal horror movies you should definitely watch. Cube is a sci-fi horror movie from 1997 about a group of people who wake up trapped in this seemingly endless maze of interlocking cube-shaped rooms. In terms of world building and atmosphere, this movie is an incredible feat. And obviously a huge influence on the Backrooms. The real liminal horror boom came in the late 90s and 2000s, especially with J-horror like Pulse, Ju-on, Ringu, and one of my personal favorites, Cure. Speaking of Japanese liminal horror, if you missed Exit 8 in theaters, you can now rent it at home. This is the video game adaptation about the man who's trapped in the endless subway tunnel. It isn't as popular as Backrooms, but the Greylock Tapes is another YouTube analog horror series that is legitimately one of the scariest things I've seen in my whole life. I actually kind of hate this film, but there were a few design elements in Backrooms that specifically reminded me of Vivarium. This one is a surrealist horror film from 2019 about a young couple who moves to this eerie housing development, which they soon realize is an inescapable simulation. Skinamarink obviously comes to mind. This is not a movie I could stand to revisit. Since watching Backrooms, I've been thinking about how story and narrative structure can either help or actually hurt the effectiveness of liminal horror. And I just wish that Skinamarink either had more story or less runtime. Liminal horror is not just a modern thing, it's been around for a minute. For example, all of David Lynch's work explores liminal spaces. Eraserhead in particular is a huge influence on all of these films, specifically for the way that it uses spatial dread to unpack deep-seated psychological fears. 1962's Carnival of Souls is a proto-liminal movie about a woman who survives a traumatic car accident and then becomes drawn to this mysterious abandoned carnival. Going all the way back to cinema's roots, the dreamlike warped spaces in Cabinet of Dr. Caligari are some of the earliest examples of liminal horror on screen. Liminal horror has been really popular as of late. Psychological and physical in-between is so intriguing and so unsettling. It's a huge component of what I'd call internet horror, but also horror in general.